COMEA Shelter it's a place to stay where you feel like you have nowhere to go. It's a place where you can get help, of any kind of help, really. It can be a stepping stone onto something great. It can be something where you come back and just make it part of your life. So it's definitely a beacon for hope in Cheyenne, because COMEA takes them in and gives them the path to hopefully get to where they need to be.
It's amazing, the people that become homeless, for whatever reason, alcohol, drugs, or just poor management of their resources. The COMEA House is it's like an oasis. It's a beacon where you can come and work on these things.
We have been serving this community for over 38 years. And if you look at our history, we have really changed over the years. What started out as simply an emergency shelter where people would come and sleep, we are now a self-sufficiency program with various housing opportunities, food, case management, employment assistance, mental health assistance. We pretty much cover everything now.
One of the wonderful things at Microsoft is that there's a very strong focus on giving back in the communities where we live and work. And so with the data center having a physical presence in the community, that brings with it a responsibility for Microsoft to help elevate the community, help Cheyenne become the Cheyenne it wants to be. People think that homelessness is just an urban issue in a very large city, or perhaps a third world problem, and they don't realize that almost every community in the United States has some level of challenge to serve the most needy populations in their community that often emanate as the homelessness population. When Microsoft first met COMEA, they ran largely off almost a paper set of data, different processes through their facility. And through a pretty intensive focus by both COMEA and Microsoft, had been able to elevate them and help them utilize technology to help further their mission and be more impactful more quickly.
When people come to a shelter, they are in crisis, and everything to them is an emergency and needs to be done right now. They need to know that my caseworker can go to her computer, look up whatever it is they need, and have an answer for them. And that's just so much more reassuring, and it makes the process of helping that individual so much easier. I think because we are such a technological world, people expect to have internet wherever they go. And for a while, when we were struggling, our residents would think, well, how can I get a notice on a job, because everything's done through email or text messaging. And so we have to have internet available to them just to even know if they're being offered a job that day or being called in for day labor. That's how they stay in touch with family members. That is their whole, that's who they are and where they can be found.
So having internet has been night and day. Since we've gotten it, it's amazing. I watch people all the time that they're doing job interviews, they're doing the applications online, and they don't have, a lot of them don't have the money for the phone service, so they get that free talk and text, so they can go on the internet and do all that stuff too, so yeah.
I believe that the mission of Microsoft and the mission of COMEA are so closely connected that you would have thought we planned them together. And we find that when people are homeless, maybe that isn't why they became homeless, but once they have experienced homelessness, they do tend to lose that purpose. And it isn't until they find out that they still have value and they're needed that they begin to rebuild their life. And I think it's really the same thing. Microsoft wants to empower people to do better and to move on and find their best capabilities, and we want to do that for our folks too.